over the course of the past couple of fixtures. This is going to be the fourth installment of these two colossal teams in the modern day era heading face to face. Man United, of course, coming out on top so far. 2 victories to 1, but equally winning the most important games, winning twice away from home, which is interesting. The last 4, this will be the 4th fixture, but the last 3 fixtures, the away team has won. United, of course, going to look to want to change things this time around. Man United, of course, can qualify for the next round by picking up just a point, but will, of course, want the victory. There's no doubt about it. Man United are going to want to win the game, and that's going to be the most important element of this. I want your views, though. I want your opinions. I want to know what you think. I want to know what you feel. I want to know what's going on with you right now. Make sure you're smashing that like button. That is imperative. It's so important to the Football Terrace that you do that. And you go and check out our Discord server. That is how you're going to be able to get in touch with us. That is how you're going to know what is going on with the Football Terrace. You can see, take a little look of it here. Look, more people with work. Look at that. I logged in for a while. More people joining all the time. It's 8 people since the last time I logged in, which is amazing. We're getting close towards the 1,000 mark on there now. So make sure you're involved. This will be the way you make contact with the Football Terrace moving. Big show that we're starting. It starts Thursday morning. We are partnering with Give Me Sport, which we're so excited about. There's going to be a morning breakfast show that I'm going to be hosting directly on Give Me Sport. But you, the Football Terrace community, via Discord, will be able to phone in to that show, have your say, and we'll be talking all things football. That's Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Go across to Give Me Sport's Facebook page and make sure you are signed up. It is going to be massive. But we're here right now to talk Paris Saint-Germain and their visit to Manchester United. And I wanted to go through some of the statistics here leading up to this game. I love this type of breakdown. Just reading, let me move this over to here for a second. Let me just reading this here. This is interesting. I mentioned it earlier here. These are some of the stats in the build up to this game. The away side has won all 3 of the previous European meetings between Man United and Paris Saint-Germain, as we know. Manchester United's 2-0 defeat to Paris Saint-Germain in February 2019 is their only loss in their last 15 home games against French opposition. I don't know if you make anything of that at all. This is the interesting one for me. Man United have won each of their last 7 games at Old Trafford in European competition, scoring 24 goals and conceding just 2 in return. They last had a run. They last had a longer run between 2006 and 2008, winning 12 on the bounce. So this is currently Man United's best run at home in Europe since 2008. And I don't think that can be discounted or ignored as well. So for me, it's going to be an exciting game. Of course, we get to see Kylian Mbappe. We get to see Neymar. We get to see all these top European and global stars come to Old Trafford, ply their trade, as it were. And I'm, for one, I'm excited. Man United have turned a miniature corner in recent weeks. Cavani looking good, etc. We're going to go through some of the team news in a moment. Who is going to be in, who is going to be out. It is expected that and Herrera and Angel Di Maria, along with Neymar and Mbappe, will be fit for Paris Saint-Germain. So I want your views and I want your opinions on that. I know everyone's going to have an opinion. I know everybody's going to have a view on that. Thank you to E3 Boss for signing up and becoming an official member there of the Football Terrace. That means a great deal to us. In other news as well, it looks like Ollie has backed Cavani, and most people would say rightfully so. I think he's backed the investigation by the FA, but also backed the player and said, look, he's apologized. He knows he's done wrong. He wants to learn from this. And I think it's the right response from Ollie. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. I think Cavani's going to start tomorrow, and that's a nice little side plot. It's a nice little side conversation. It really, really is. He gets to go back and play against, well, he's going to be at home, but he gets to play against Paris Saint-Germain. And I wonder if tomorrow night, Cavani is going to make Paris Saint-Germain regret allowing him to leave. That's the question. And I hope he does. I hope he absolutely sticks it to him. I hope he absolutely frustrates the living daylights out of them. I really, really do. But I want your score predictions either in the live comments or leave them in the comment section below if you're watching the playback. What is going to happen tomorrow? Give us a call. Skype lines are open live right now, so you can come on and you can have your say. And what we'll also do, yes, we're gonna do the calls that way. That's what we're gonna do for you. Maybe should I test it on Discord? So I test it on Discord by connecting my phone and maybe taking calls that way. Should I do that? Maybe I should. Let me turn the Bluetooth on my mixer and let me connect. There we go. So I've connected my phone now. So if you call via Discord, we'll also get you on the line as well. If you're in the Discord server, I would give that a go and I'll see how that sounds. I'm testing this now. I'm not sure how it's going to come across, but we'll do our best there. Just come find me in that. There we go. We'll be on that. Nearly 800 people in that server now, which is amazing. I'm just in it there. So give us a call. Get yourself on the air. Come and have your say. We've got Ahmed on the line here. Ahmed, welcome back to the Football Terrace, my friend. Give me your thoughts ahead of tomorrow night's game against Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, I'm a PSG fan.
Okay, great. Give us your thoughts, bro.
Yeah, obviously we lost last time, and it was an absolute shambles from PSG. United totally deserved that. However, Terry, I'm much more confident now, and I will tell you why. Because obviously most Premier League fans don't watch European football. I know that I say that, but it's a lie. So if you ask a PSG fan who watches PSG all the time, who is the most important players in PSG, I would say Verratti, not Neymar and Mbappe. And obviously Verratti is fit for this game, and he completely changed the whole PSG team, because the midfield was where we lost last time, because we got completely dominated by Bruno and Pogba at the end. And that's why I'm much more confident this game than last game.
Yeah, that's such a great point you made there. Firstly, you're absolutely right. So many fake charlatans out there that I watch European football. No, you don't.
Yeah.
We know that you don't, because you always come. I remember once I had Have Hope on the show and he was telling me how much he loves it. And I basically called him out on a team that he said he watched. And I was like, what was their last 3 results? And he had no idea, like score lines, anything. He doesn't watch
just listen to the media.
Yeah, or they read a report.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they read a tweet, a thread, and go, I know all about it now.
Yeah.
I completely and utterly agree with you wholeheartedly about Verratti. It will be a different game, and it's why I'm so intrigued. I think
and also Paredes. Don't forget him.
Who, sorry?
Paredes. He was also injured last game.
Okay.
Now he's fit.
So, and where does he play? Remind us.
He's a midfielder.
How do you think you'll go 4-3-3 tomorrow?
I think so. I think we'll play with Di Maria, Mbappe, and Neymar up front.
Yep.
And have Verratti and Paredes, and either, if he's fit, Idrissa Gueye or Danilo.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at this here. I mean, look at this. Yeah, I mean, it's an astonishingly good squad that you have, and I think it will be a different match this time. Man United may have Paul Pogba back, which I think is going to be an interesting one. There's always an extra layer of intrigue because, of course, him being such a big French star going up against the biggest team in France right now. I'm intrigued by it. What would your score prediction be, my friend?
I think we will win, because this is a must-win game for us. Because if we lose, I think we're out. And obviously, United have another chance against Leipzig, the last game. So I think it will be a tight game, 2-1 to PSG.
So on that, you know, it's mad, right? Because we're doing so well in the group, I've practically stopped focusing on it. So I'm just looking at the group that we're in, our group right now. Where we at? Well, I can't find it.
Yeah,
so I mean, okay, so yeah, if Man United win, you'll be on 6 points. It's highly likely Leipzig win. They go, oh yeah, I mean, it is must win for you, isn't it? If you lose to us and then Leipzig, yeah.
And I think you guys can do a draw. I think you're through then.
Yeah, and do you know what?
I'm afraid that you will park the bus or something to get a draw.
Well, it's interesting because, yeah, I mean, if we beat you and go on to 12 points and Leipzig win, I think Leipzig and Man United, they don't even need to talk to do this. But if you're Leipzig and Man United, you think, right, let's draw our next game, because Nobody wants
PSG are
to.
out.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you don't want to face Paris Saint-Germain even later on in the competition because,
Yeah.
like, on their day right now, Paris Saint-Germain are better than Leipzig and Man United. So if you
Yes.
get the opportunity to knock them out, it makes sense. Man United, if they were to draw that final game, would finish top of the group. So there's no issue for them. There's no way Paris Saint-Germain could catch Leipzig. And if we beat you and Leipzig win, it's going to be almost impossible for them to catch us as well, unless they beat us 6-0. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It's all but curtains potentially if you don't win tomorrow. And I think that will make it a really exciting game as well, because you're going to go for it. That's going to help Man United, because that's going to allow us to play our best style of football, which is the counter attack.
Yeah,
and
I'm afraid of Rashford and
can I ask you about Rashford, please? Can I ask you about Rashford? As a PSG fan, how is a player like Marcus Rashford perceived in France? What's the talk about nullifying him? Is he someone that like rival fans in Europe fear, or is he written off and called trash like a lot of the English fans call him?
No, he's a good player, man. Like, you can't deny that. I think most of the hate from the United fans, especially on Rashford and Bruno Fernandes from an outsider, I think it's because they don't want Oli to do well. Because Rashford and Bruno are saving United right now. They're getting results for United. And I think they have a hate on him because he's saving United and because he's keeping Oli at the job. That's my opinion on it. But he's a good player. He's a top player.
Mate,
he's still young,
I think
21 years old.
Yeah, I think you make a great point there in terms of keeping him in a job, etc. And in terms of Cavani, he signed for Manchester United, of course, a legend at your football club. In all intents and purposes, he's looked good. Like, we've been quite impressed in his last few games. Are you fearful that he could come to return and damage you tomorrow, or do you think, are you not worried about him at all?
It would hurt me if he scored. It would hurt me, but like the last year for PSG, he was absolutely shit. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect from him, because obviously his movement and his heading is the best thing with him.
Yeah,
especially his movement. So in any given day, he can score a goal. So I can't say that I'm not afraid of him, but he's not the prime Cavani.
No, and I agree with you. He's not the man he was 3 or 4 years ago. And tomorrow's a massive test, because PSG are better than most Premier League teams will play. Only Liverpool really in the Premier League are as good as Paris Saint-Germain. We just had an astoundingly good performance against you last time. And as you say, you weren't quite at the races, but it will be a different match. I'm excited about it. Ahmed, thank you for calling the show and having your say, mate. Great insight into your club. And thank you for coming on. It's really good to speak to a Paris Saint-Germain fan. You get a different perspective. One thing I'm going to echo, I don't know about all their players because I don't watch them play, right? One thing I will say, and straight up agree with him, don't sleep on them. Just because we beat them before and now we're at home, we of course, Man United can win. Man United can beat them. But anybody that thinks this is going to be easy is mad. ITES here in the comments says, oh, the Rashford propaganda again. Bruv, you got schooled yesterday, my guy, about Rashford with your madness, bruv. And you just heard it there from a Paris Saint-Germain fan. What do they think over there about him? Oh, he's a really good player. Listen, man, everyone around the world thinks he's great, barring you, bro. Monsieur Ahmed here says, I can see a draw. I think United will be defensive. I don't know why, but after the weekend's game, I just think it's going to be a draw, 1-1, Fernandes and Di Maria. Bro, I'd take a draw right now, just so I'm qualified. We've got Safe on the line. Safe, what are you saying?
Hi, Terry. When are we going to play PSG, today or tomorrow?
How do you not know this?
I don't know this because I'm not following their fixtures at the moment. I think it's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. You said that Paul Pogba will be fit to play.
Potentially.
How would you play him?
Okay,
How
why?
would you play him? Well, listen, I want to say something to you, but you're not going to like my comment.
Oh, it's not offensive, is it?
No, it's not offensive. No, Paul Pogba got Jose sacked. He's the one who got Jose sacked.
Oh, shut up. See you later. Take care. Let's get Kish on the line next. Kish, welcome back to the Football Terrace. What you saying, mate?
Yeah, Terry, on the United game, I mean, I definitely agree with the PSG fan. And as I said, it's good to have a PSG fan giving us some insight. And, with all the talk he was making about Verratti coming back in and Paredes, I think he will definitely be a game changer for PSG against us. But I think with Manchester United, when are in these pressure situations. I mean, it's an important match. I don't think it's that much of a high pressure situation because, we still have Leipzig to play on the last day, and I think we'll beat them. But when we're always facing these circumstances, I think we always get the job done. And one thing with United is that with this game that's coming up tomorrow, we have different factors going into this game. I think for one, Ole was talking about Paul Pogba being all right, Anthony Martial overcoming the illness. And then, you have the addition of Cavani. And if you look at the last game that we played PSG with, we also didn't have Donny van de Beek. It was Fred and McTominay who played in the midfield with Bruno Fernandes. So with all those, different additions in the squad, I think, we'll match PSG. And, while listening to Ole's press conference today, he was talking about just going out there with attacking intent. And, as United fans, that's what we want to see when we go from high pressure situations to play teams. So I think for one, Ole just generally wants to get the job done because, we have big fixtures coming up against Manchester City, especially a team like West Ham. West Ham have been terrorizing us for a couple of seasons now. So I think he just wants to get the job done and just move on from that,
Of course. And for me, look, I'd love a win tomorrow. You always, as a fan, you always want to win games, but we have to respect Paris Saint-Germain. If right now someone said, Terry, look, you can go into tomorrow night's game, you might win, you might lose, or you can take a draw now and qualify. I'd take the draw now and qualify. I think strategically thinking, for the passionate fan in me wants, let's go for it. Let's beat them. Let's get 12 points. I mean, because the scalps, nobody expected Man United to get out of this group. If we could go and do that, it'd be out of this world. But, at any moment, Paris Saint-Germain are really going to come into life in the Champions League. Kylian Mbappe hasn't scored a goal yet in that. I mean, he's got 17 goals for club and country so far this season, which is amazing, but no goals in the Champions League. That isn't going to last much longer. He's going to click into gear. So tomorrow night's a massive, massive game. I'm very, very excited about it. Thank you for your call, my friend. We're going to have Nelson on the show next. Having you say, Nelson, welcome back to the Football Terrace. What you saying, my brother?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
You're perfect, bro. What's your head saying ahead of tomorrow night's game?
Oh, I'm expecting us to lose, man.
Why?
Because PSG, I think they're ready for this game tomorrow. Like, they'll be ready. And it's not like the team that they played the last time, they were not fit enough. They've not had enough game like we did before they played against us. They were still working into their fitness. And I think actually this next game will be crazy. It might be a disaster. Actually, I can't foresee a disaster, like a bad day at Old Trafford, like maybe like a 5-1 or something like this, some kind of disaster result.
You think it'll be a disastrous? Wow. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen because, of course, we want to. Yeah, but I hear what you're saying in terms of like. I get you. I get why you would think that, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think you're being overtly negative. I just think it's like, yeah, I hear you. I do hear you. I hope that you're wrong. But there we go. Yeah. I don't know. For me, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to be overtly confident. And I think that's what Manchester United fans need to do. They need to understand that this is a dangerous team. An aggressive team, finalists last year, and we did impeccably well to beat them away from home. But Man United, for me, do you know what? I don't even care about the level we're at now under Ole. Even during Fergie's era, I never went up against a European powerhouse and was arrogant or complacent as a fan going in. And that's all I think I'm asking for from United fans, is be realistic, because this PSG team could beat us like you've just suggested tomorrow night. I hope it doesn't happen because there'll be crazy outrage. Nelson, my brother, thank you for coming on the show. Next up, we've got Dan. Dan's, yes, he's still there. Hi, Dan. Welcome to the Football Terrace. What do you want to say? Hi, Dan.
Hey, Terry, can you hear me, pal?
Yes, mate, I can. What do you want to say, buddy?
Well, right, we'll talk about the preview then. I'm going to be honest, Terry. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
I think you should beat them. I'll be honest, PSG, yeah, this is going to sound controversial, but it's really not. They're not a good side. If you take Mbappe, Neymar, and Keylor Navas out of that side, it's just a bang average team, Tell.
What?
Like, if you take, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just shocked. What do you mean?
So, okay. PSG, if you take Neymar out of the team, Mbappe and Keylor Navas, is it really a good side if you take those three away from that team? Come on, man. It's not. They've got. There's so many average players in that team. Apart from them three who are quality, but the others, they're not really. They're good players, but they're not world class players. They're not to be scared of.
Like, look, you look at that Paris Saint-Germain team. Kimpembe, quality player. Navas, quality player. Herrera, good. Marquinhos, great. Verratti, out of this world. Di Maria, top class. Mbappe, world class. Neymar, world class. You know?
Yeah.
Icardi,
yeah,
I know Icardi's out, to be fair. Julian Draxler, quality. Like, they're the players I know of. Now, I don't watch them play on a regular basis, but they're not an average team, bro. They're not an average football team.
No. You see, if you take those three away from PSG, come on, they're
but bro, they're there, innit? They're there. You can't take them away. They play for them.
What am I listening to? I'm sorry, but this is actually dumb. It's like saying take out Mane, Salah, and Alisson out of the Liverpool team.
Go and look at their results. It's not been too great.
It's literally like saying take out Mane, Salah, and Alisson out of the Liverpool team. Of course, they're not as good. What am I listening to?
No, but can you get where I'm coming from, though?
Bro,
Yeah.
How are you saying they have Marquinhos, they have Verratti,
don't
they
take
have
for granted what you
Kimpembe.
have. You guys got quality players coming from an Arsenal player, Arsenal fan.
Yeah,
relax.
I know.
You guys are in the.
We're shit anyway. I'm not deluded like the other Arsenal fans. I know we're shit. I know how much we've declined. Just because I'm an Arsenal fan doesn't mean I can't have an opinion, man.
No. I'm an Arsenal fan too. What I'm saying is, I want to ask the Manchester United fans like Terry.
This is a gal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't want to hear one bit from you, bruv. You're more deluded than Ty, man.
Yeah. I can have my opinion on anything.
Nah, man.
Listen. I come in peace, bro. No.
Do you know what I'll say, Dan? I'm gonna let a gal speak in a minute. Your point is logical, but equally redundant. And what I mean by that is this: if you take away any team's star 3, 4, 5 players, they're a lesser side. But you can't just. It's like saying, if you take away Mane, Salah, Fabinho, and Van Dijk, Liverpool are a more average team. Well, of course, because you're taking away 4 world-class players. But we're playing against those. But they're there tomorrow. They can kill us tomorrow. These people. I don't get. What I don't understand is what you're saying. What does that mean?
No, I'm just saying PSG are they're a bit of an overrated side. That's what I'm saying. They can be beaten.
Well, we know that because we beat them.
Really beat them.
We did beat them, but I mean, I don't know. I think overrated is certainly pushing it. We're going to go to Igal in a moment. O'Shea's on the line with us as well. Before we do that, do me a big favor, people. Go and sign up right now to the Discord server. As you can see, even more people have signed up since we've been live. Look at that. Look at all the new people signing in today. About this is there's me. There you go. You can pick your community status. How do I click on this so that I'm scrolling down this side? There we go. Look, there's some of our users on that side. I don't know how to make it work. I'm so old. That's how bad it is. That's how. Look, there's Lincoln. Why is Lincoln not active? See there, he's a mod. He's a mod everywhere. Is our man Lincoln? Get yourselves over now. Look at that. We had more people welcoming. So get yourselves over now to the Discord server. Link is in the description below, people. Igal. Man United versus Paris Saint-Germain. Give me your thoughts.
Manchester United in the Champions League, they've shown, I don't know what that noise is, but they've shown a level of consistency in the Champions League where they haven't been able to show in the Premier League. I feel like Manchester United in the Champions League, they're up for these big games, these big nights on Wednesdays and Tuesdays. But when it comes back to the Premier League, they show a level of inconsistency. So it must be nice knowing that your team is in the Champions League, first of all. And second of all, you have these big games to enjoy. Honestly, I sound bitter right now. But besides that, when it comes to the actual team, Terry, the one place they've been consistent is on these Tuesdays and Wednesdays nights. Do you think it's because of the opposition, or do you think they just know the world is looking at them? What do you think it is?
Man United, it's mentality, because under Ollie, our record against big teams has, generally speaking, been pretty good. So I think they find themselves up for these games more. When we play the smaller teams, I do think an air of complacency seeps in. And that's something that I think that's I think that's because we've too many of our top players over recent years have been young players. I think when you bring Alex Telles and Cavani into this team, Bruno Fernandes there is less of that. As you get older, I think you learn to respect everybody a little bit more. I think your mindset changes slightly. And it's something that we need to get better at. We need to get better at performing against the West Broms, the Brightons of this world, the Crystal Palaces. You know, the way we performed against Southampton, buzzing. The way we didn't do too well against Chelsea and Arsenal in the league so far this season, and Tottenham, to be fair. So I mean, so far this year we haven't actually performed in all those big games, but in Europe it's clicked for us. It's gone well. But also, what helped us in those games is the teams we played against were also attacking and they opened up. You know, we weren't playing against sort of low block, which helps Manchester United. And it's why we had the first caller, Ahmed, who is a PSG fan. You know, he said they have to win. And you look at it, they're right. If they lose, they're in trouble. But that's a great thing for Manchester United Football Club.
They can't draw.
Well, yeah, I mean, they just can't. They have to win. It's must win for them. And drawing or losing drawing or losing, they could find themselves in big trouble. So it's going to be great for Man United because there is going to be space for us to counter-attack into. And if we get our counter right and we transition the ball well, 1, 2, 3 passes into Rashford, into Martial, into Cavani, into Bruno, we could give them a beating tomorrow night. However, if they open you up and they're clinical, they could equally do the same to us. It's such an intriguing kind of balance. O'Shea's with us now. O'Shea, what you saying, bro?
Yeah, like what you've just said there. Of course, I want to sit there and say United are not going to win, but they turn up against these big European, in these big European games. So it'd be interesting. I'm interested to see the lineup that Ole goes with. To be honest, I'm interested to see that. Is this at Old Trafford, this game?
Yes.
Yeah. I think you know what? My heart wants to say United are not going to win because obviously as a Liverpool fan, I never want to see United win any games, but I've got a feeling you guys are going to beat PSG. I just do. I don't know why, but when it comes to these big games, I just feel like in Europe, United somehow managed to get the win.
The thing is, I'm a United fan, and I feel completely different about this. I think 3 of our key players in that game were Axel Tuanzebe, he's suspended. Shaw, he's injured, and then you've got McTominay, he's coming back from an injury, so he probably won't play. So your
record against PSG is actually good in general. Was it 18-19? You beat them as well. So
we beat them. It was a smash and grab. It was undeserved. I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say we deserve to beat PSG. They dominated us. It was a smash and grab. This time round, it was more equal. We edged it. We had the better chances. We were wasteful, but I recognize that 2 of their key players didn't play that game.
I don't think there's any such thing as undeserved. Like, at the end of the day, if you go there over 90 minutes and win the game, then you've won the game. It doesn't matter who's had the most possession.
I wouldn't call the Champions League win the knockouts is smash and grab in the sense of, you know, we led twice in that. PSG never led in that game, and yes, they had the predominant chances, but we finished our dinner. They missed opportunities like that. That's part of the game as well. I get where you're coming from. We were not the dominant team away against them. I felt we were. In the opening 5 minutes, they troubled us. There was a really good cross and save by De Gea. And then we kind of dominated. Their attacks were nullified each and every single time. Tuanzebe was excellent. AWB probably had his best game, really, in a Man United shirt. And then on the counter, we were great. Martial wins the penalty. And in the second half, when we made the change and went 4-3-3, we dominated. So, yeah, very different performance in that second half. But it's going to be an intriguing game tomorrow night. And what I'm loving about listening to you all speak is the nerves, the frustrations, the concerns, the worries, the excitement. It all seems to be there for this game, which is, I think, exactly what you want for a Champions League night, exactly what you want at this moment in time. And the great thing is, by having a reaction like we're hearing there from Yusuf, is if Man United can pull this off, what message does that send?
It will be amazing.
Do you think this game has any sort of impact on Ole's position at the club?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Knocking out PSG.
yeah. I mean, if he can win
I
tomorrow
mean, so
night.
much more in a negative way. I mean, so much more in a negative way if he was to lose this
Oh,
game.
if it's a narrow defeat, I don't think it changes. If too much. If we were to get like, it may have been Yusuf that said this or a previous call. I'm not too sure. There's so many on so far. If United get battered, if we were to lose 4-0, 5-0, it would be open season on Ollie. There's no doubt about that. It would be absolute carnage. Absolute carnage. There's no doubt. But if he wins and wins well, there's almost this element of, well, it isn't a fluke that he beat them in Paris. You know, it's, do you get where I'm coming from? There's an element of, I think with certain fans who are on the fence with Ollie in, Ollie out, not the kind of weird people in the crazy spectrums of both who will always be Ollie in no matter what and always be Ollie out no matter what. I think a lot of sort of neutral people will go, do you know what? Maybe we've got to give him a bit more time, because you don't go into the group of death and come out on top if you've got no tactics, if you're a PE teacher. That, I think that for me, if you're forget banter, I expect rival fans to call him the PE teacher for the rest of his career. I think it's funny. I think Man United fans, if he wins this group, can't say a man's got no tactics, hasn't improved the squad, hasn't improved the team, hasn't, you know the way a lot of the Ollie out crew talk about he's done nothing, he's inept. You can't be inept and get out a group of death like this. You just can't do it, you know. Equally, win your game in hand in the Premier League and go third, 2 points behind the top of the league after 10 games, you're not inept. Does it mean you're elite and can win these tournaments? No, it doesn't say that. But I think the slander, the nonsense would have to be nipped in the bud somewhat, in my opinion. But boys, I appreciate you both coming on and having your say. Thank you. Dan and Igal actually dropped off. I'm not too sure why Igal dropped off. He asked me a question and I answered it. He was already gone. Feel free to call back in. Make sure you're hitting that like button, people. Over 700 people watching this. Get this stream. We'd like to get the stream to 50% likes to watch ratio if possible. Be amazing if you could do that. Next up on the show is going to be Zach. Zach Mohammed is giving us a call. I would love somebody to try and call us if possible via Discord. I've opened the app up here. I've had no one try and call in this way. If you want to, I've had a few people try to. Ray tried to. Try call via Discord. I've got the app open, so it should work. If you're not following us on Discord, you know what you've got to do. Link is in the description below. Get yourself onto our server. Get yourself involved. Loads of you have been signing up today. There's the Man United chat. There's the Liverpool chat. I don't know what's cracking in there. Loads of stuff going on in the Liverpool chat. Even got a Tottenham chat. If you're a Tottenham fan, get yourself involved and make sure there's nothing crazy in there. But there we go. Get that done right about now. Taking calls at the same time. Zachariah Mohammed, if you want to call back, we'll get you on. If you want to call back, we will get you on. Let's do some more of your live comments here. Who knows? Says Klopp finds Brighton terrifying. Okay. I don't know where that's come from. It was a member comment, so I thought I'd read it out. Ultra67 says we need to win. Leipzig away will be tough. Yeah, winning tomorrow to Man United is great because it just means there's no pressure going into that final game, doesn't it? Simon here, Simon Cowell, says, what does he say? He says, in the Premier League, we're only 3 points behind Chelsea. If we played that now, we would have the same wins, same draws and points as Chelsea after 10 games. That in itself is very, very, very true. I've got a call happening here. All right, I'm going to see if this works now. Andrew, welcome back to the show. What are you saying?
All right, Terry, I was just testing if the Discord works.
Yes, it seems to be working. I can hear you. Maybe, hopefully, the viewers can as well. What are you saying?
No, I'm just. I found it hilarious. The guy was taking 3 best PSG players out of their team and then saying they were ordinary. I just found that a bit funny. But what would be an acceptable scoreline tomorrow? Any scoreline, or would you want a batter and a
Oh,
PSG
no. A 1-0 last minute win will do me just fine. A scrapey 1-0 win. I'd take any kind of victory. I'm really not precious about that. Idealistically, I would love us to be the better team and I'd love us to win, but I'd love us to win 2-0, 3-1, by a couple of clear goals and it be decisive. Of course, I'd love that. But when you play against top teams, I think you have to put yourself into a position where first thought is win the game. After that, then you think about performance levels and everything else. That's what I would go with.
Yeah, but the thing, I don't even know why club fans really focus on the performances in the group games. It's all just about getting through onto the knockout stage, right? If they got through, if you got through tomorrow, I wouldn't. If I was a United fan, I wouldn't care how we performed, just that we got through. Because then you go into the Leipzig game knowing you don't have to play your full strength team.
Mate, I hear that completely. I think what I find interesting is how goalposts are consistently changed and consistently moved. And what I mean by that is when we got into this group, it was predicted that we would unilaterally miss out on qualification.
Mm-hmm.
When we lost to Istanbul, meaning we couldn't qualify out of the group on match day 4, people moaned, "Oh, we should have already qualified. We should already be out. We shouldn't have to play any more pressurized games." It's like, hang on a minute. So before it kicked off, you were convinced we were going out. Convinced. Now you're moaning that we didn't qualify out of the group in our first 3 to 4 games. You notice how the goalposts have therefore been moved by people, and that happens on a
because
go on, mate.
That's because they've got the agendas, haven't they? So they're always going to move the goalpost to suit their agenda. So you can never really win. You can just play along with them and go along with them, but they're always going to move the goalpost. Say if you win by a big lot tomorrow, it'll be somehow turned into, oh well, PSG just had an off day or something like that. That's what it'll be turned into. You're right though, the goalposts are always moved. That's why Oli won't be accepted 100% by Man United fans.
Yeah. I mean, if he was to win the league, there'd be a reason for them to put it down. The Ollie out mob, there's no doubt. Shane O'Hare here with thank you very much for your call, by the way, mate. Really do appreciate it, and for testing out Discord for us. That did work very, very well. So if you want to call via Discord, you know what to do. Just get onto our server right now. The link's in the description below. Shane here on what's Shane on? Shane is on Super Chat on YouTube. He says, my sister Frances is from Paris and is a Paris Saint-Germain fan. And she says that they are more afraid of us than we should be of them. Now that's an interesting one, because I'm certainly not, how do I say this? I wouldn't say like I'm really scared, but I'm not sort of sitting here thinking this is going to be easy. There's going to be no problems here. This is going to be a tough game. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. I'd love you to get your score predictions in, people. Last 5 minutes or so of the show, get your score predictions in. I want to hear from you. You can call us via Discord. You can call us via Skype. We are eventually going to turn Skype off, so no more calls via that medium. Get yourselves on now. I don't know if we can do group calls on I don't know if group calls are available on Discord. Maybe you can. Can you do friends? No, you can invite people. I don't know how it works. I'm kind of talking on the air while I'm doing this. Maybe I shouldn't. We've got Sarim, who's going to be on the line next, calling via Skype. Sarim, welcome to the Football Terrace. What are you saying?
Hi, mate. You're right. I just want to talk about the United and PSG game.
Go for it, bro.
I don't know which way this is going to go, if I'm being honest, because I think PSG, it's going to be a big game for them, and they need to pick themselves up and get the win, because if they go to match day 6, it's going to be a different kettle of fish. It's between them and Leipzig, and if United play half-hearted in that game, I think Leipzig might win that game.
Yep, I hear you on that.
Yeah, so I think that's really it, and I just really can't pick between the teams. I think United have home advantage, and that will help them, but when it comes to the group stages, for some reason they can pick it up and go to that level that they need to. And when they've got the players like Neymar and Mbappe, they can do the job.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. And I think that's the thing. I know we had the caller earlier talking about if you take those players away, they're not great. But the fact is...
Oh, that was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious. I couldn't believe that. Who did he support?
He's an Arsenal fan.
Right. Okay. Oh, God. I can't even talk about them. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, I just find it like what he said is to an extent that there's an air of truth. I wouldn't say they're an average team, but they're definitely less of a team without their stars. But That's obvious. It's like
It's every team, isn't it?
If you take away Anthony Joshua's power, he's not as good a boxer, is he? No.
Like, it's just the dustiest thing I heard when I was watching. I was working actually, and I had it in the background. And when he said that, I literally had to stop work and listen to him because I thought, "Wow, this is amazing." I can't believe what you said.
Sometimes people say certain things, and I don't mean it disrespectfully, but I hear it, and I stop listening for a second. I'm like, did I just hear that right? Like, did those words legitimately just come out of somebody's mouth? And the issue is that sometimes the answer is, yeah, you did, Terry. Like, somebody just said that, and they meant it. And that's the bit that's scary, bro. Like, some of these people mean these things they say. That's the bit that's crazy for me. Like, they're like, yeah, I mean it. It's true. It's what I'm saying is true, bro. I sort of sit there.
It's true, but it's daft as well because it's like every team.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's
in the world.
Do you know what that is, though, bro? Dan calls the show. He's a nice guy. That's like a. Do you know what that is? That's FIFA again. That's like a FIFA challenge. You know, you do those FIFA. I don't play FIFA a lot, but I've done challenges before where you've got to you have to play with you have to play like the reserve, all the worst players possible at one club against the best players possible at another, or you have to play with like 10 men versus whatever you've got to do. There's challenges. It's like be Paris Saint-Germain on FIFA. You can't pick any of their top 8 rated players, right? And see if you can beat like a team at like world-class level or something. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. He's like, yeah, great, mate, but that's never going to happen in real terms. So it's almost a non-start. I don't even know how to explain what it is or isn't it. It's just it's FIFA talk. It's just FIFA talk. It really, really is.
Yeah, when people say stuff like that, I just think, you know what? When they say it to you and you're on the internet listening to them, I'm surprised you don't just disconnect and move on to someone else because it's like,
look, it's one of them ones for me where sometimes I just want to hear it out. I want to hear what the logic is, and I still can't work out what he was saying. What's your prediction for tomorrow night, mate? What do you think is going to happen?
Oh God. See, like I'm saying again, like, I'm not 100% sure. I think either United will scrape it 1-0. Mate, no, actually 2-1 because I don't think they won't score. So I think they will score. So it's 2-1 either United or 3-1 PSG. I think that's how it'll go. One or the other.
There we go. Mate, I appreciate you coming on, having your say. Really appreciate it a lot. Thank you, sir. Everybody who's tuned in tonight, I'm going to go with my score prediction. I'm going to back Man United. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. I'd love a Fernandes penalty and a Rashford goal. It'd be amazing. I mean, that's the same as the first game, but there we go. Actually, I think I'd actually quite like Pogba and Martial to do something as well, because they're getting too much slander at the minute from certain Man United fans, too much nonsense. So we'll see. Do me a big favor, as I say, always hit that like button. It's so important to us as a platform. Make sure you sign up to the Discord server. But until next time, everybody, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.